A Roma Gypsy man in his 20s was killed last night in Balbriggan, County Dublin. This was caused by a hit and run. A video is circulating now on X. I'll try and show little bits of it where a man was killed, of course, and this was apparently due to a Roma Gypsy beef or a feud, sort of a gang war that's ongoing in Dublin. So once again, we have gang wars now from, you know, these outside people. God knows where they're coming from, of course, the Roma Gypsy. This is an insane video, guys. So today we have Virgin Media News talking about this one. So it says a pedestrian was struck on Railway Street nearby the train station by a vehicle that had failed to stop. Like, comment, subscribe. Welcome back to County Gains News Network, the only honest news station that will give you true and honest news on YouTube. Now, of course, guys, if you want to see the original video, go over to X and check it out. It's actually a man just lying dead on the street. A woman was recording it. Can't really show that on YouTube, and you know, unfortunately, to highlight the actual travesty that happened. But here we have the next best thing, guys. We have a report here that's going to lay out exactly what's happening. So let's hear exactly what's happening.
Back home, a man in his 20s has died in a hit and run in Balbriggan in North County Dublin. The pedestrian was struck on Railway Street in the town last night by a vehicle that failed to stop. Well, our reporter Nicole Gernan is in Balbriggan for us this lunchtime and joins us now. So Nicole, what do we know about the fatal incident and then this second scene that was later sealed off?
Well, Colette, at around 9 o'clock last night, this man who's in his 20s was hit by a car on Railway Street in the town. That's just near the train station. Now, emergency services were called and emergency treatment was performed on him. However, he was pronounced dead a short time later. The car that hit him failed to remain at the scene. It fled immediately. And there was then a second incident here just outside Balbriggan Garda station on Drogheda Street. That involved at least 3 cars, we understand, and one of those cars was rammed. And Gardaí are investigating whether this has any connection to that original incident. Gardaí have begun the process of removing the cars that were here overnight, and they will be further examined to determine whether, as I say, they have any connection to that original incident.
In my opinion, guys, and just using that sort of linear line of thinking, what ended up happening is the man was killed in that hit and run, and then of course, you know, the family found out about it and they chased down the car that hit him and, you know, tried to serve their own justice, okay? So now there's some sort of like vigilante type of justice on the streets. There's gang wars in Dublin. A lot of this stuff is kept under wraps. You wouldn't know about it unless we had X, guys. And you wouldn't know about it unless these people are reporting on it and showing videos of the horrendous hit and run that happened yesterday.
As well as that, members of the Garda Technical Bureau have been at both scenes throughout the day searching for evidence and clues in relation to this fatal tragedy. The man's body was removed from the scene at Railway Street about an hour ago, just before 11:30, and it's understood that Gardaí are investigating whether both these incidents have any connection to an ongoing dispute in the Balbriggan area. Now, I've been speaking to local independent councillor Tony Murphy, who says that the town is in shock today, and as he offered his condolences to the man's family.
It's absolutely devastating for Balbriggan, and equally I must say it must be horrendous for the family to wake up to this news this morning. I know there's a lot of speculation out there as to what happened, but I have 100% confidence in the Gardaí that they will get to the bottom of this and that they will take the appropriate action. I'd like to say to the people in Balbriggan that Balbriggan is generally a safe town and not to be too concerned. We have a good vigilant Garda force in the town, so there wouldn't be too much to be concerned about, although this is going to rock Balbriggan, that's for sure.
Now, the road here outside Balbriggan Garda Station remains closed this lunchtime and diversions remain in place, including for public transport. No arrests have yet been made at this stage, and Gardaí are appealing for anyone who witnessed either of the incidents last night to come forward, particularly if they have mobile phone footage or dashcam footage. They're being asked to make it available to them. They can be contacted here at Balbriggan Garda.
So yeah, it seems pretty vague about who they're talking about. Bullshit. It's like a pathetic reporting. Yeah, guys, this was a complete bullshit reporting by Virgin Media. Just understand that whole reporting that I just showed you for the last 2 minutes is bullshit. There's a Roma Gypsy feud on, apparently. All the comments are saying it. Roma Gypsy, you know, are just no add to society in any way whatsoever, guys. You know, and they're just pouring into Ireland like nothing, guys. Like nobody's business. And there's no stopping it, because these are residents of Eastern European countries, Poland, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Romania, and they're allowed to come here, free travel, you know, free come over and claim the dole here and live here for free. Okay, I read a report that said 85% don't work or on the dole, and then the other 15% are just doing cash in hand. So it's a complete travesty there, guys. But RIP to that guy. You know, you don't want to see anyone get hurt. But now that's what we're going to see. You know, not only will it be attacks on Ashley Murphy, that was a Roma Gypsy as well, all these other shootings and attacks that we see, you know, every week in Ireland. We're also going to see gang feuds where they're attacking and hurting each other, guys. You know, like, and then how many civilians are going to get caught in that crossfire? You know, countless people are going to get hurt because these people aren't checked. They're coming from crazy backgrounds. Lord knows. Okay, Lord knows. We have another video, guys, or another actual article, very, very short article. This one is insane as well. I couldn't believe I saw this. I woke up to this. It said, Ireland's first jihadist attack officially confirmed by Gardaí in EU terror report. Now, I said this last year, guys, and this, of course, is referring to Waterford chaplain, Father Paul Murphy, getting stabbed by a 16-year-old in Galway with an 8-inch hunting knife, of course. That was at the Galway barracks. He was an army chaplain. Okay, where the army chaplain saved him. They shot like 6 warning shots, and the guy kind of ran away, the guy with the knife, and of course he lived. Father Paul Murphy, thank God he lived, of course. But I said last year, guys, is this the first ever terror attack that we had, or, you know, foreign terror attack? You know, not that, you know, IRA, that kind of thing, or British, you know, British colonial type of attacks. Was this the first actual jihadist attack? I said it last year, guys, in my video, and I was correct. It finally came out. Like, I can tell the future, guys. It said, the Garda Síochána have officially reported Ireland's first confirmed jihadist attack in the EU, citing an attempted murder of Defence Forces chaplain by radicalised teenager in August 2024. The knife attack in Galway formed part of a notable rise in Islam-inspired assaults across the EU last year. We also saw in Germany as well, a man was stabbed in the neck. There's attacks every week, you know, because nobody is understanding that a lot of these people come from third world countries with horrendous backgrounds. You know, this isn't like going to Dubai and these beautiful countries in the Middle East. These countries are, you know, really nice over there, peaceful for the most part and stuff. These are third world radical people coming over, and nobody's checking them. You know, it could be ISIS, it could be anything, it could be anybody, but there's no check, there's no checks and balances. It could be Hamas, it could be this, it could be Lord knows, coming over and attacking, of course, on purpose, you know, a man that preaches Christianity. So absolutely horrendous. But I just wanted to put that in there just to show the establishment that I actually am correct when I make these assumptions, because for the most part we understood that he was screaming, you know, these jihadist ideas while he was stabbing him. But yeah, crazy stuff, guys. 2 crazy stories. The Roma Gypsy people, obviously, you know, no need for these people in Irish society. I don't think they benefit in any way. And in my personal opinion, if you don't work here, if you don't contribute to society, you know, and you just come here and claim the dole, you shouldn't be allowed to stay here, guys. You know, there should be checks and balances and an audit of who is actually in the country. But unfortunately, it feels like the Irish government will never do that, okay? Because of the EU. That's why we have to leave the EU as quick as possible. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I love you all. If you want to help support me, hit the join link underneath the video. Become a member of the channel for just the price of a coffee per month. And yeah, stay aware, stay vigilant, because, you know, you might get caught in these crossfires of these jihadist attacks or these gypsy attacks now. You know, these are massive threats to Irish civilians, in my personal opinion, guys. So I'd stay aware, stay ready, stay fit so you can run away from things, and stay alert, guys. Don't be walking around the streets with headphones on. I see people now still in Ireland walking with headphones on. Like, you're so vulnerable. You're going to be a victim of something if you walk with headphones, earplugs. You know, you have no protection. You don't know what's going on in your surroundings. You're just waiting to become a victim, guys. So stay aware. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next one, guys. Peace.